We're on the streets of beautiful uptown Lexington, and I'm with the new Assistant City Manager, formerly and kind of still the Finance Director of Financial Planning for the city. Couldn't have picked a better person, Terra Greene. Ms. Greene, a lot of people want to know what goes on, what involvement does the city have with the barbecue festival?
Well, when it's an event that made the book 1,000 Places to See Before You Die, there's a great deal of planning that goes on behind the scenes. It's kind of like with any movie or any good live production. All the things behind the scenes help create the conduit or the platform for it to be a successful event. And so we start that planning probably 6 weeks in advance, and 20 officials get together every week planning for the event. Public safety and the aesthetic appearance of uptown are our two primary objectives.
And I guess there's a lot of permits, the road being closed and everything else, but physically our employees, I mean, they go beyond the call of duty because there's so many things that are involved, like the days and day after the barbecue festival.
It affects over a third of our workforce that is involved, and to kind of put it into perspective, we track the number of hours that they spend, this collective workforce, and in a normal year, a full-time employee will spend 2,080 on the job, and it calculates, when you add all that activity up together, it's over 1,900 man-hours.
Now, there are things like we have to have electricity for the bands and the stages and the barbecue booths. Some of them need water. Is all that taken into consideration, and we have the city has to help with that?
Absolutely. I would say that almost all of our departments or our teams are involved in some way, shape, or form or fashion, and some of them a lot more than others. There's a lot of relentless effort. We have a full public safety operations command center, all of the public safety personnel, and we host all of emergency responders in the county during that event. So there's a huge amount of effort that goes in. It's a real team effort.
But the main thing to remember is that it's a point of pride for the employees of the city and every one of us that live here, because this is a big deal, including when we have to clean up afterwards.
Yes, it is. And that is part of the event. When you have 150,000 plus, there's going to be some receptacles that need to be exhausted. So that's just part of it. But we are excited. We love it. It gives the notoriety to our city that we need nationwide, internationally. And so it makes Lexington what it is. It is a huge piston and behind the engine for our economic situation.
I like the way you put that.
Yeah,
the piston for the engine for our economic situation, which means shop local, support all of our employees with the city, and keep watching. Ms. Greene, will you keep us up to date on some of the things going on throughout the year? I can't get Alan. He says he's working all the time. So I guess that's going to be part of your new duty. You'll help us out, won't you?
I'll be glad to, Willie.
Thanks.
It's been a pleasure.
Keep watching.